hope you're doing really well. I am back from holiday now and annoyingly ill again. Can you hear it in my voice? To me it sounds really obvious, but maybe that's because my ears are all blocked up too and I can't hear properly. Anyway, that was my kind of off-season break, and the idea was that I would get straight back into training once I returned to England, crack on with my new kind of training plan set by my coach at Train Sharp, get back in the gym, yada yada yada. Unfortunately, I've had to put that plan on hold a little bit, just whilst I make sure that I am well enough to train. So annoying, I'm desperate to get back on it. But I wanted to make this video to show you how I train using a lot of different technology and how that tech makes me a faster cyclist. Well, in theory, when I can actually do the bloody training. So this video is sponsored by Intel. They have sent me this laptop that I am going to be using to show you all the different cycling apps and sites that I use for improving my cycling. We'll have a chat with my coach at Train Sharp. I'll show you how I do route planning and such. So stick around, it's sure to be an interesting one. Before we dive into the tech side of things, let's have a look at the laptop they gave me. Designed around the Intel Evo platform, it is the Lenovo Yoga Slim 9i. It's got a touch screen, it's got a pen. Oh my god, my daughter was playing with a pen, just a minute. It has a pen. She was drawing routes on Strava with it. She was so amazed that I've got a touchscreen laptop. She loves it. All Intel Evo designs are verified to meet a set number of performance criteria, which in practice means that they're all super fast, and it has a really long battery life. It's got fast, reliable Wi-Fi, which I really need because I live in a little village where the Wi-Fi, well, just isn't amazing. And all Intel Evo laptops come with Intel Wi-Fi 6. So let's get into the cycling side of things. I'm actually really into cycling tech. I really love analysing all my data after a ride, and I'm quite geeky about that sort of thing. I've also got a really good coach, Connor at Train Sharp, and we like to set up Zoom calls so that we can chat to one another, go over my data files and see how I'm doing. I really enjoy having a coach. I have coached myself in the past and I am able to do that, but having someone on the other end of the, I was going to say on the other end of the phone, on the other end of the laptop, is really helpful because it makes me feel accountable, so I'm more likely to get my training done properly. It also takes away the added stress of having to sit down every Sunday evening and plan out my own training. And also, obviously, Connor has lots and lots of experience and is able to give me valuable insights. So let's get him up on a Zoom call and see what he has to say about the last few weeks' training. Hey, Connor!
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You okay?
My voice is so croaky. You know, we were going to do this the other day, and then ever since then, it's just not got better. I don't know what's wrong with me. It's so annoying.
I'm pretty sure it's the same cold that I've had. It took me like 7 weeks to get over it properly. So I think adjust your expectations and hopefully it'll disappear soon enough.
Whilst we're on Zoom, we like to have a look at today's plan so he can have a look at the completed training that I've done and see how my power output compares to an all-time best, that kind of thing.
Here's your threshold, so we know that you're above threshold for those efforts, so that's spot on. So your first one was the best one.
Oh, okay.
So
well, yeah, makes sense.
In terms of an area for improvement for this type of session, you always want your best effort to be last.
Oh. Didn't know that. Whilst it's so great and convenient to be able to work remotely with people and a coach that could be based anywhere, for me it's really important to have this direct sort of communication, this conversation, because things come up just when we're discussing what I've done that might have got missed if he was just looking at the kind of training files and communicating via feedback or whatever. Normally when I speak to Connor, I'm halfway through editing a YouTube video or editing photos and I leave all my applications running in the background. So it's really useful to have this laptop because it's got really fast processing power. The Intel Evo platform comes with 11th gen core processors, so it can handle all of that. The next thing that I like to use to improve my cycling, it might sound obvious, but it's Strava. Firstly, I like using Strava because it's kind of like a diary of all the places that I've ridden and all the routes that I've enjoyed. So I can look over where I've been over the past year, I add photos and stuff like that. Also, I can communicate with you guys on there. But when it comes to improving my cycling, the thing that I find helpful is using Segment Explore to find segments that are perfect for the kind of intervals that my coach has set me. So sometimes Connor will suggest a gradient and length of hill that would be the best for doing my intervals on, and then I can go onto Strava and I can have a look for something that fits the bill. I also really like the segment analysis because I can look back over every single time I've ever done that segment, and you can see all sorts of extra info like the wind direction and stuff. Also who I was riding with, so I know that if I got a fast time but I was with other people, it doesn't have as much value, say, as if I did that segment on my own. So I like looking at that and tracking my progress and seeing how I've done over the years and seeing what I can do to improve my performance on those segments. It's also quite fun to set yourself a segment challenge, say, over 4 weeks and work towards improving your time. The touch screen is awesome for planning routes on Strava. You can just use your finger or you can use the pen, which is my daughter's favourite, and she has spent half the morning drawing routes on Strava and then asked me if I was going to go out and do them. I think not, but anyway, it's pretty good fun. The next thing that I literally could not live without is Zwift. Getting Zwift revolutionised indoor training for me. I basically hated it until I got Zwift, and now I actually kind of love it. So I connect my smart trainer to this laptop wirelessly, and then the Ultra HD display makes everything look amazing and the game is really, really immersive. I can sync workouts and have my turbo trainer in erg mode. So that means that the resistance is automatically adjusted according to the power for the interval that's been set by Connor at Train Sharp on today's plan into Zwift via the laptop onto the smart trainer. It's so tech. The reliable Wi-Fi 6 is a real bonus here because you really don't want your Wi-Fi dropping out when you're in the middle of a Zwift workout or a Zwift race. And the Zwift races are the other thing that I absolutely adore. So on Tuesday evenings, there's what's called the WTRL Race League. You do it in a team, and racing in a team makes you try harder than you would ever try because you want to accumulate points that will be for the benefit of everyone. Looking at my power data on today's plan, I can see that the best performances I've had over, say, the last year have been in WTRL's team time trials because you desperately want to stay on and not let the other team riders down. You have to get 4 of your team across the line in order to qualify. So you just dig deeper than you've ever dug in order to stay with them and to take a little turn and to do your part. So they're a great, great, great way of training. If you can get yourself onto a WTRL race team and start doing that over the winter, I think you'll really like it. Well, maybe you won't, not everyone does, but I really like it. So those are the main ways with which I use tech to train. Whilst I was making this video, I was thinking to myself that there are so many other tech things that I use, and maybe I should have included them, but I guess that's kind of another video. So we could go through all the cycling tech that I have, as in smart tech. So I have got this Whoop band, obviously I've got electronic shifting, I've got built-in power meters, various cycle computers, smart trainer, smart bike lights and stuff like that as well. There's so many things I have to remember to charge before I go on a ride. But I'll leave it at that for now. Just thought it would be interesting to explain to you the main ways that I'm using tech at home and on the Intel laptop to improve my cycling. If you've got any questions about my winter training, I'd love to hear them. Let me know what kind of thing you want to see in my videos over winter. And I'll be telling you more about the kind of races that I'm going to be doing soon. So hope you're doing well, and I'll see you next week. Bye.